Another important law that we have to follow, and you've heard in the hearings, members, is the Voting Rights Act of 1965. And although race cannot be a predominant factor in drawing maps, Section 2 of that act prohibits enactment of any plan that restricts minority citizens from having an opportunity to elect their preferred candidate of choice if certain circumstances exist. Now, this plan includes political considerations, the public testimony from the hearings, population growth, which has occurred, and recent changes in voter trends. The proposed plan redraws, and I want everybody to know this, 37 of the 38 congressional districts to some degree. The primary changes, though, are focused on 5 districts for partisan purposes. It is important to note that 4 of the 5 new districts are majority, minority, Hispanic CVAP districts, citizens voting age population.
How many?
4 of the 5 new districts. Each of these newly drawn districts now trend Republican in political performance. Doesn't guarantee electoral success. Does not guarantee. That's up to the candidates. But it does allow Republican candidates the opportunity to compete in these districts. The 5 districts are, I haven't finished.
I'm not trying to cut you off.
Yes, you are, and I didn't interrupt you.
Not at this time, Mr. Turner.
Let,
This has to do with witness registration, Mr. Chairman. Could you pause Mr. Hunter's time?
I will pause. Representative Turner, for what purpose?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm not intending to interrupt Mr. Hunter. You said the witness registration concludes at 11 o'clock. I've been told that there are people in the building trying to register on their phones using the Capitol Wi-Fi, and there's an issue with the Wi-Fi network in the building. And so I would ask you again, would you, considering the volume of people here today, and this deadline is now in 4 minutes, would you extend the witness registration time period to noon to accommodate the Texans who've shown up here today?
My understanding is that witnesses have to register at the kiosks. But if is there a way to register on their phone? Okay.
If they're on the Capitol network.
The chair would note for the record that he's been handed some witnesses that he knows wants to testify. Congressman Green, I don't show you registered. If you will please go direct to the kiosk to register. And I believe Congressman Sylvia Garcia is not registered. She will go direct to the kiosk to register. And Bishop James Dixon is not registered. He'll go direct to the kiosk to register. Now, Representative Turner, what I will do to accommodate your request, given what you flagged for me, I will extend witness registration to 11:15, and we will revisit this if we have to. The witness registration will be extended to 11:15 a.m. If we have to revisit it, we will. Thank you, Mr. Turner. Anything else, Mr. Turner?
No,
thank you. Chair will recognize Mr. Hunter to continue his layout.
so there are 5 new districts. 9, which is Houston area. 28, which is the Valley South, Rio Grande Valley. 32, Dallas area. 34, Coastal and South. And 35, San Antonio area. Congressional District 9, the new district, has a 50.5% Hispanic CVAP. CD 28, that's the Valley South, has an 86.7% Hispanic CVAP. CD 32 is and remains a non-minority district. CD 34, 71.9% is now a Hispanic CVAP. And CD 35, which is San Antonio, is now a 51.6% Hispanic CVAP. Now, let me give you some information, data points, in comparison to the 2021 plan. Law has changed since 2021. Population has changed since 2021. Voting trends have changed since 2021. In the 2021 plan, there were nine Hispanic majority voting age districts. In this plan, there are 10 Hispanic majority voting age districts. In the 2021 plan, there were 7 Hispanic citizen voting age districts, and under this plan, there are 8. There were no majority black CVAP, citizen voting age population districts, under the 2021 plan. In the proposed plan today, there are 2 majority black CVAP districts. CD 18 is now 50.8% black CVAP. In 2021, it was 38.8. CD 30 is now 50.2% black CVAP. In 2021, it was 46%. Now, overall, these are the changes. They're primarily 5. It does affect congressional districts, and I think my memory is pretty much everybody but one in the West Texas area. But I want to be clear whether we agree or don't agree. I want you to know the criteria, and I think I've been pretty open about it. And so whether you agree or disagree with the plan members, I want you to know how it was based. I think it's a good plan for Texas, and I urge its adoption, and I'm not filibustering. I end at this time.
Members, questions for Mr. Hunter. Representative Spiller is recognized question witness. The bill author.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Chairman Hunter, I've questioned a witness or two before, but I've never done one behind me, so I'm going to try to do this efficiently. First of all, I want to say thank you for filing HB4. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to joint author HB4. I want to talk about for a minute, because when we had these field hearings, there were questions of why are we here and why are we doing this? And you touched on that we're here because our governor issued a proclamation for us to go into special session, and one of those items was legislation that provides a revised congressional redistricting plan in light of constitutional concerns raised by the U.S. Department of Justice. Is that correct?
Correct.
Right. And in short, and you've touched on it, there was...
Well, let me clarify that.
All right.
And then anybody can question me about it. I don't know if it was caused by the Department of Justice. I keep hearing that. And I keep hearing about a letter. All I know is we're here by a proclamation of the governor. Now, what the letter has to do with it, I got no personal knowledge. I have no knowledge. And I will tell you, I don't know what that has to do with this. That wasn't part of me. All I know is we had a special session call, and this was a topic, and I agreed by the request of the chairman to file this bill.
Great. And so, based on what you just said, in summary, in light of the governor's call, and I think you've already stated, based on statutory and constitutional authority, do you agree that the legislature and this committee have the absolute right and authority to consider congressional redistricting at this time?
Absolutely, and as I said, there's no requirement that you have to do it at a certain time. In fact, if you look historically, members, it's not always been at a certain time. The problem that we have is some people like it and some people don't. And that's the nature of redistricting.
All right. And I want to talk about the legal side of this for a second and talk about the analysis and address it from that standpoint. And you are an attorney, correct?
Now let's get this clarified for the number one. I have experience in the process. You even heard the lady that said I had blonde hair when I first started this process. I understand the process and I understand the general elements and I understand some of the case law. I am not an expert on redistricting law, but I think this hearing has probably provided a annuity